Two Guys, One Reel podcast.
Welcome back, guys, to the Two Guys, One Reel podcast with your host, Anthony.
And I'm Kevin.
And here we are to bring you the upcoming movies in May.
All right. I am excited for this.
Yeah,
So
same here, Kev.
let's get into it, my friend. So we have coming out, which is already out now, but in May 1st, we have Marvel's Thunderbolts. And it is after finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of antiheroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past.
That sounds like an interesting one, Kev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from what we've been seeing in the trailers and bringing, as they call them, the misfits together.
It could be good, could be not. Who knows? We'll see.
We shall see. May 8th, we've got Last Breath, which is a drama and a thriller based on a true story. True story that follows seasoned deep-sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmates trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. That sounds interesting too.
Could be, yeah, based on, I love true stories. I like movies that are based on true stories. That does appeal to me.
Yeah, and it's got Woody Harrelson and Simu Liu in it.
Ooh,
So
that could be interesting.
That could be real good.
Interesting combination.
Yep. All right. And after that, we've got Clown in a Cornfield, Kev. This is a horror comedy slasher.
Yep.
A fading Midwestern town in which Frendo the Clown, a symbol of bygone success, reemerges as a terrifying scourge. This could be interesting.
Yep. Another horror slasher film. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully it goes along and lives up with the killer clown genre.
Yeah, reignite people's fears.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Let's see. All right. Well, in May 15th, we have Final Destination's Bloodline.
Oh, here we go.
Another addition to the supernatural horror franchise.
Cult following.
Absolutely. But this is plagued by a recurring violent nightmare. A college student returns home, find one person who can break the cycle and save her family from a horrific fate that inevitably awaits them.
That could be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if this is... Oh, is this supposed to be the final one?
Well, it could be, but, you never know with these films.
Is there anything ever final in the Final Destination?
No, never. And, they can't escape death. So the only thing I would mention is that's Tony Todd's last film. So, and he was a cult character of those films. So, yeah, that'll be a good one.
It's from what we've seen on the trailers, it could be one big one. So hopefully it does. Hopefully it's good. I like it.
Yeah, if it's anything like the previous ones, we're there. Then on May 17th, folks, we've got Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Our hero Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise. It's bringing everything back to the how would you put it? This is where everything from all the films comes to a climax, and so Tom Cruise has anteed up with this final film, and whether it is the last time we see him suit up as Ethan Hunt, that's going to be a good question.
I was about to say, is this really the final one?
Well, he's a showman, so if anything, this could be either the end or it could be just another chapter, because he is someone who definitely brings the action.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know, it could be this final one for the series. He might be, I don't know, moving on to something else, but we shall see. But I reckon it's going to be action packed like always. I was about to say Final Destination. The Mission Impossibles, they always hit hard. They always hit the action. They get it going, get you excited.
And they get bigger each time.
That is right.
Yeah.
Right.
Considering that the last one, Dead Reckoning, was a bit anticlimactic, the way it ended. So this one will be massive.
Well, don't spoil it for me. I didn't see it yet. I've got to catch up.
Always time to watch a film, that's for sure.
Hey, we might do we might have to watch a whole bunch of them and just talk about them all together before the new one comes out. Who knows?
A marathon, folks. Here we go.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, coming up to May 22nd, we have Disney's Lilo and Stitch. So, the very, very famous classic. It is a lonely Hawaiian girl befriends a runaway alien, hoping to heal her fragmented family. So, everyone should know what this is about. And bringing it to live action. So, that should be pretty interesting. And from the trailers I have seen and little things they've been doing, they're on the right track to making it right.
I think this will be really big for kids, Kev.
Oh, and adults adults like me that grew up on it, and
Yep.
you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I feel like it's gonna, if they do it the way I feel like they're doing, because what I've seen is when they were advertising it, the classic Lilo and Stitch, they did the same thing with other movie posters. They had Stitch within them.
Yep.
And they did the exact same thing with this.
Well, I really hope that Disney has learned their lessons from like their previous releases of live action, like not to mention the Snow White drama that they just had with
You just
Rachel
mentioned it.
Zegler. Yeah, and yeah, I did. Hopefully I haven't jinxed it, but
Ooh.
like I think Disney know that they need to make sure that when they're releasing it, they're not basically tarnishing the release, basically hopefully reining in their actors too. And so with Disney and their live action releases, Kev, I think that they know that for the audience to respond, they need to really deliver.
That's right. And I think I have good hopes on this one. I love Leo and Stitch. I always liked it when I was a kid, and I hope
Yeah.
it hopefully hits exact the same way.
Yeah. I reckon especially kids will respond to this. So
Oh,
yeah, it'd be
absolutely.
massive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then after that, on May 29th, we've got Bring Her Back, which is a bit of a horror. And a brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. So that could be interesting.
And it's very interesting with it. So that rounds off our list for movies in May. And very interesting. Horror seems to be picking up a little bit.
Yeah, quite a bit, and that's good. That's a good thing though, because you can't have always comedies and drama. You got to have a bit of horror.
Exactly. You gotta have a bit of everything.
Throw a spanner in the work.
All right. As I said, that rounds off our movies in May. So, Anthony, what do you reckon is going to be the big hit of this month?
Well, I think it'll be a contentious little bit of competition between Thunderbolts, which is just released, and the other massive one, will be Mission Impossible.
Ooh, you reckon?
I reckon, yeah, because especially, obviously, all the promotion that is coming out and the reviews that I've seen so far for Thunderbolts, completely massive, and the response as well. I mean, hopefully, it's received better than previous Marvel releases. I mean, just coming off the heels of Captain America: Brave New World, what you don't want is the oversaturation of Marvel, which was causing people to basically switch off. But then, in completely different parallel, Mission Impossible film, they've gotten better and better each time, and Tom Cruise delivers.
When was the last one released?
It was last year.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm correct. Dead Reckoning. Let me just double check.
I like how the last one's called Dead Reckoning and this one's called Final Reckoning.
Yeah, and like I said, because of the way it actually, no, that was 2023. So it was late 2023. So I'm thinking it was last year. I watched it last year. But but the way it ended on a climax.
Okay. Don't spoil too much.
No.
I haven't seen them all. I'm a bit behind on the Mission Impossibles, I will admit.
That's all right. That's fine. It's good. We've got plenty of time to prepare. Like you said before, a bit of marathon we can do.
Oh yeah, because I was about to say, the last one I saw was the one where it was in Dubai?
Oh
yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, and obviously Tom Cruise and his crazy stunts and the way that this one will pick up from the last film, it's gonna be even bigger. And from the videos and articles I've seen of the production and just his behind the scenes stunt work, and like Tom Cruise, say what you like about him in real life, but as an actor, you can't fault his passion.
No, you can't. Like every movie I've seen him in, I've loved. I've literally almost every single movie I've seen this guy in, I've actually enjoyed the movie. It's good.
And he has literally been touted as a person who saved cinema by Steven Spielberg of all people. Wow. And so he said that, especially when Top Gun Maverick came out, especially coming off the heels of COVID and how the industry was kind of a bit all over the place. Yeah, like Tom Cruise has really delivered with Top Gun Maverick and now with Mission Impossible 2.
I have my little quarrels with but
yeah,
I'll save that for maybe something later on down the track if we want to do some older movies down the track. But
it's apparently going to be another one, so you're gonna apparently they're doing another film.
Hold up.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, that rounds off our list.
It's like handbrake.
That rounds off our list for coming May. Now let's go into our little new segment we're introducing now, which is what is news in cinema. So now, just coming off what you just said, where the heck did you hear that?
So that was like geez, start of the year, I saw that there was news that Top Gun 3 was in
Ooh.
pre-production.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard nothing about that. That is
Yeah.
news. That's news to me. Like literally, I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
because like it's let's have a look. It's in development.
Okay.
Yeah, but coming off the success of Maverick, yeah, like they announced that they were doing another one.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, whether it comes to fruition is a completely different thing, but that's going to be
I'm
like
intrigued.
a massive thing if it does happen.
All right, that sounds awesome, man. What else is in news that you've heard?
So they just announced today that Ryan Reynolds, of all people, is going to be writing a script for Deadpool and X-Men. Maybe,
Okay.
you know, that'll be hopefully an X-Force movie based on the comics.
Won't that intertwine with the previous film he did? That is
Yeah,
touched
I,
on it?
I certainly think so. But because, like, right now they're filming Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
So, like, there's already so much happening with the cast, some of the cast, like Gambit,
Yeah.
who was in Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, it's going to obviously be a big thing because they're going to branch off into the new X-Men. And, yeah,
Okay.
so that's going to be interesting. Seeing the young and old X-Men, obviously. I mean, and
Yeah.
I'm an old school X-Men fan, but
Yeah.
how they're going to transition to the new X-Men is going to be interesting.
Well, to touch on on Marvel, obviously.
Mm.
Did you hear the news about Jeremy Renner?
Yes, he's just released a book.
No, not just that, but what happened with him in the season 2 of Hawkeye?
Oh yeah, that's right. He was
Yeah,
offered half the money.
Yeah, half the money, and he's like, "Well, you serious?" He actually stood up for himself, and he said no. So
Yeah.
he's stood down. I haven't seen the series, and I haven't seen that series yet, and I don't know if I will, to be honest. When it comes to TV series, it's very hard for me to watch them because they're like an hour long. I'm like, that's like a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't have that much time.
Yeah, like I listened to the podcast he just did with Joe Rogan.
Yep.
And so he was talking to him and he was going over his accident, which basically killed him nearly, where because he lives in Lake Tahoe and they had really bad snowstorms and everything like that. And he basically was run over by his
snowmobile.
Snowmobile, yeah, and it's this massive thing, and so it basically pretty much killed him, and he was saved luckily by amazing doctors and and miracle medical science and all that. But he has made a miraculous recovery. But obviously, he had encountered the offer that was given to him for Hawkeye season 2, which, if you have watched it, that was obviously him and with Kate Bishop.
With his daughter,
No, that's not his daughter.
Wasn't it?
No,
I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
that's all good.
Yeah.
But like, she kind of becomes the new Hawkeye.
So it's not his daughter in the universe. It's who is she?
No, Kate Bishop is another character, so she's not related to Clint, but like she becomes basically the new Hawkeye. And but
which I think also dives into that with the whole pay cut, because I think they're trying to transition more to her.
That's right.
I heard rumors that it's more going to be about her, not him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, for what he received for doing the first season, he's come out and spoken about how he would have had to do even twice the work, half the amount of money, and
his body can't keep up.
No, but it's also for his own mental health and for his own well-being. He's done the right thing and pushed back and said, "Well, no, I'm not going to do that." But he's got the last laugh because he's going into a third season of a series that he's doing, Mayo Kingstown. So he's happy doing that, and he's just released a book which was basically like a memoir. He released this book, and it was talking about his brush with death and his passions and like how he's facing life now and like how he's doing ongoing treatment to make sure that he stays well and everything like that. But like he also but again, listening to the podcast, he was really passionate and really glad to be alive, and it was really good to listen to.
Oh, absolutely. But moving on from that, I've seen things on social media about this. If this movie apparently that is going to be made is going to come out, it is apparently it's a reboot. If it happens, it's gonna blow my mind. But have you heard the rumors of an Anaconda movie reboot?
I reckon I have seen something. I have seen like an article, but like they'd have to really do a good job with this one.
I've seen like just thumbnails of like like a poster, and I've seen a combo of Dwayne Johnson and Will Smith, which I'm like, that's a bit weird. Which I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest. I don't know, could be wrong. Then I saw Scarlett Johansson and some other person, Vin Diesel, I think, as well.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, we're just branching out. But to be honest, I don't know who would be a good cast for it. But if it happens, I'll be jumping up for joy. I loved the Anaconda movie. The second one, not so much. I'm talking about the original. I'm talking about the OG with Ice Cube. I forgot the bad guy's name, that old guy. Oh well. But I love those movies. I love animal movies, like big animal creature movies, like Placid, Anaconda, Piranha, not so much.
Godzilla.
Jaws, Godzilla. Yeah, but if this happens, I'm like, wow.
Nice.
And also there's another one. I don't know if it's been approved yet. You probably know more, but with Ryan Gosling in the new Star Wars, is it Squadron?
It's Starfighter.
Starfighter, sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah. So that's being directed by Sean Levy.
So is that actually happening?
Yeah, it's in development now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's coming out in 2027. But yeah, Sean Levy's directing it at the moment, and all I've seen of it, because I haven't seen any details of what the actual story's about. But yeah, they announced the film and obviously Ryan Gosling starring in it at the last Star Wars event in Tokyo.
Yep.
And so that'd be a massive thing. Being directed by Sean Levy, who'd been tapped to direct a Star Wars film long before he did the Deadpool and Wolverine film. So for them to be doing this is a massive thing, because obviously with Star Wars, it's gonna keep delivering different films going forward. We're gonna see another trilogy. We're gonna see plenty of series coming out. I mean,
to break into, so where does this this is many years after the last movie?
Was
it Rise of Skywalker? Yeah.
Well, see, it hasn't really said where it's gonna fit in the timeline.
Okay.
But like, I'm hoping it's gonna be centered around, after the Empire.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
So this would be after all the Resistance stuff and all that?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Okay. Because it's like, because I've seen the photo, and I've seen the photo of him in the get-up. I'm like, isn't that the same get-up that it was in the original Lucasfilm?
Yeah, well, there was
the X-wing, the X-wing suit.
There was a game called Starfighter, and that was centered around the Battle of Naboo, so it could be around the episode 1.
Oh, so it could be in between.
Yeah, but it leaves you guessing.
Okay.
But it's a standalone, and hold on, I'm just reading this details now. It says Starfighter, which will be directed by Sean Levy and star Ryan Gosling, is a standalone adventure taking place approximately 5 years after the events of Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, sorry. So I was right. So it's after all.
So it's centered in the newer universe. So that definitely is going to be interesting, because again, they're saying there's going to be another trilogy as well based around Rey. And
okay. I was about to say, so they're still obviously going to have Jedi.
Yeah.
Within this world, you can't have Star Wars without Jedi.
But he was in an X-wing. I'll be so happy.
Yeah. Well, I think it shows. I think I've seen a photo with him with an X-wing.
Oh well.
With it behind him, like he's standing in front of it, sort of thing. So I'm assuming like it has to be an X-wing. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, what would you hope to see in a new Star Wars trilogy? Like, what do you want them to sort of tap into?
That's the thing about Star Wars. Like I said before, they're gonna keep releasing movies. They're gonna release series centered around different characters. What I'm hoping myself to see is plenty more content centered around Darth Vader, because I think Darth Vader is a character you could do plenty of stories about. But if they're going to do films based after the Rise of Skywalker,
so
where
the Imperials are done,
yeah, but the Imperials are probably not completely done. They would have gone out into the outer of the universe, but it's going to be one of the first films where you don't have any of the legacy characters around. And so obviously it's going to be massive to see how they transition away from, well, you're not going to have Han, you're not going to have Luke, you're not going to have Leia. You might have Chewie. You may have Chewie, you may have the droids, but it's how they build a story centered around these new characters, and it's going from the old to the new.
Do you think they'll put touch more on the Mandalorian?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think obviously with the Mandalorian and Grogu film that's going to be coming out next year.
Was that a film or TV show?
That's a film.
Oh, okay. So they just decided to do a film this time. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and so like I think that they're going to tap into more of the characters that they've introduced to us in the last few films.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they have to do the stories right. They have to give us something really interesting.
Absolutely.
To grab my attention. But
yeah, very very interesting, and you made some really good points about that. And let's see. We just have to wait and see, obviously.
yeah, did you see they announced that they're going to be doing a Roadhouse 2 with Jake
Yes,
Gyllenhaal.
I've heard of that, and I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and Guy Ritchie's going to direct it.
Guy Ritchie. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
I mean,
with this, obviously everyone should have seen the new Roadhouse anyway. If you haven't, please go see it. I hope they bring back Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
I heard rumors that he might be. I have heard of this, but he was the main show of that
he
movie.
really was. He was.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was a scene stealer, and like obviously people were saying, oh yeah, he was on all kinds of stuff during the film, but he was brilliant in it. You know,
I felt that movie was for him,
and it was a surprise.
Yeah,
really, it was an unexpected surprise because you watch these movies and like you want to be surprised. You don't want like something to be completely ruined by like trailers or even the studios releasing too much information. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the news that have kept coming out and spoilers for all the next Scream film.
No, I haven't.
They've basically, it's as if they basically said, let's leave nothing to the fans to guess, or let's leave no surprises at all. They've basically, said all your characters are coming back. Stu, who was killed in the original, is back.
I haven't seen them all. I don't think I've actually watched a full complete Scream, to be honest. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't worry, I'm just as bad with some of the films you've seen.
But I've heard people have died, and I actually heard this. I haven't heard what you're talking about. They said they're bringing people like, huh?
Yeah, but they've died, and now suddenly they're coming back, and it's like, how?
Wow.
And so it's like, but some of these characters, it's just like you're looking at these stories coming out in the news, and it's just like, couldn't you just wait and leave something for the fans?
Exactly.
Make it interesting.
Well, even with the new Thunderbolts coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm avoiding so much it's all over Facebook, man.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's talking about this person or something that I'm like, shush.
But that's the thing. Like, I've seen the main trailers, but I have not read any spoilers.
No.
Or anything like that, because I wanted to enjoy it, because we're actually seeing it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be there to check it out. And you're going to get a review from us too, folks. So, like, stay tuned for that.
Well, we're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty long here, but I want to bring up this one last one. One is very exciting to me. It's a TV series though.
Yep.
But if this happens again, I'll lose my mind. Someone's rumoring around a Dead Space.
Oh.
A Dead Space TV show, but they keep putting in the Mandalorian guy
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, as Isaac.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, okay.
Would that be on Netflix, or it would be
I'm not sure. I think it's Max.
Okay.
HBO or something like that.
Yeah. So on our equivalent of Binge.
HBO. No, Max I think is HBO. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
here
think
in Australia. Australia, it's Binge.
No, it's Max.
Is it? Oh well.
Yeah, they just brought it out on Foxtel.
Yeah.
Max is a new addition, and it's all HBO.
Well, these series that they're developing based on video games is starting to do really well for them. I mean, you just saw Until Dawn.
Yes.
So based on the video game,
which is a very hit and mix with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everyone who's hardcore fans didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I stated in the review, if you haven't heard the review, please go listen to it and give us a rating. That'd be great. But
yeah, please do.
In that review, I did touch on that. I just thought of it as a horror film, not based on a video game It's not a complete adaptation. It's a shared universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as you're saying, they're bringing it, like you got the Minecraft movie Until Dawn, and they're doing really well. Like Minecraft movie, I think, and also news. So we'll just add this in. Why not? With Minecraft, they're actually releasing. I think it's I think it was this weekend only. I think it's only in America though. They're bringing out a block party. So a sing along, meme along. They want people to go crazy.
Well, I think you mentioned as well that Minecraft. They've already announced a sequel.
Yes, Minecraft 2. They're doing it. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be basically a license to print money.
Yeah, oh, it's going to do well,
Yeah.
man. As I stated in the review, my review of that one. If you haven't heard it, please go watch that one. Please go listen to that one. There's so much they didn't touch on that they could have, and I think that they're holding out for the sequel. So
yeah,
that should be good.
yeah, like a story done well
Mhm.
is gonna bring the people, the audience want good stories,
But with touching on Dead Space again,
yeah,
that needs to be full on.
yeah, they can't make it tame.
No.
They've got to let the director have creative freedom.
Don't. If you played the video game, I played every single. I love that series of video game. They're my favorite.
Mhm.
They need the dismemberment. They need it to be impactful. They need to be gory, scary.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, it needs to be full on. If they do it properly, I hope it is. So we shall see if it's true or not. They are rumors, but let's see.
Well, let's hope that they get all the run through that they need to make it a great film. Yeah, I mean, like, we obviously went and saw Sinners,
Yes.
and that has been doing really well at the box office and it's been received really well. I mean, like, even Tom Cruise rated Sinners, yeah, and I think that it's a ringing endorsement. And, like, obviously, The Accountant 2 just came out as well with Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. And yeah, so again, they've already announced a sequel to these films. Yeah, I mean, to Sinners, not so much, but again, with Sinners, it showed that independent cinema is also a draw card.
Actually, I will correct you on that. I did hear a rumor that they are talking about a sequel.
Oh, well,
Ryan Coogler has said something.
Well, if it's about Mary and you know and Stack, if it's about them and how they
spoiler.
Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry, spoilers. But
it's still fresh now.
Sorry, folks. Listen to the review.
Yeah, if you haven't heard the review,
please listen to it.
Please go listen to that one.
But yeah, if the sky's the limit.
Oh, absolutely. I hope that if they do a sequel on that, it better be good.
Did you see they also announced that a new Miami Vice movie is being worked on?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Miami Vice, so no.
Oh, well, they released one originally years ago with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. And
I've seen like a poster or something like that. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
Well, now they're talking about doing another one, and they're throwing out names like Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell. And, yeah, so we should see, what happens with that. Yeah.
All right, Anthony. I think any other news? Actually, yes, there is one more you wanted to touch on. We're going to go back to Star Wars.
I just wanted to say, going off my review that I did after seeing the 20th anniversary Star Wars screening of Revenge of the Sith, it is doing great guns at the cinemas, or it did. They removed it from the cinemas now, but while it was out, the audiences really came, and it broke records for the amount of money it made for a re-release.
And with that, I reckon more movies are going to be coming out with their anniversaries, I reckon.
100%. And Hayden Christensen has even come out and said there's an appetite for more Darth Vader stories, which may lead to either films or a series. So
I reckon. You reckon it should be a series?
Well, a series will give it a bit more of a longevity, and more eyes. Depth. But then again, if they do a movie and it's done well, that's
same fact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, I guess that rounds up our episode for Movies in May and the news and rumors.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, if you made it this far. And if you have, please check us out on all the major platforms. We also have a Facebook page under the same name, Two Guys, One Real Podcast. Yep. And give us a rating. Get involved.
Tell us what movies and things you're watching.
What are you excited for this month? What's going to be your standard? What's your go-to? Let us know on our Facebook page or anywhere you can leave a comment. Let us know and get in the conversation.
Yeah, be part of the journey with us, folks, because again, as I always say, we're still learning as we go, but we're happy to take you along with us.
All right, guys, that is it, and thank you, and
see you on the next one.
See you in the next one.